I can to support what I'm saying. Using facts, metrics, and real world scenarios. An example, a recent study showed that 30% reduction in SSI after implementing XYZ protocol. I don't know what SSI is, it's just an example. As I'm getting information to help. So with our organization, one of the ways is how we justify staffing. Well, we go by AAMI standards. So it doesn't matter what, as an organization, what they may feel should run the department. If we want to adhere to the regulatory recommendations and requirements, this is what it takes. And here's why. It's very key. When it comes to leadership development, most organizations don't realize some of the best leaders on planet Earth comes from the military. No, I ain't gonna say some. The best leaders as a collective comes from the military. Do you know why? Anyone in the chat? Do you know why? Why does the military produce such great leaders? Why does the military have such high retention? Why does the military get so much buy-in? One said discipline. Most people that join the military aren't disciplined to start, are they? That's right, Danella. They invest heavily in leadership development. The military spends $80 to $100 million a year just on leadership training. You can't even put your name in a hat for a promotion until you go to a leadership school and apply and get in. Discipline can be taught if the organization focuses on discipline. You may say, Dr. J, but discipline and commitment, doing all of that, people leave. Well, military hasn't historically paid everybody extremely well. Have great benefits and things of that nature. Well, what makes people stay? Commitment to excellence, finishing what they started, not leaving until the job is done. How can you get that built inside of you? Training and development. That's why with our podcast, Bred to Lead, we're saying that true leaders are bred to be leaders. Some have the innate natural ability to connect with people. Some maybe can even speak naturally well, quite naturally. Some already kind of have a natural charming spirit to them. But without discipline, as Brian said, what good are all those abilities when it lacks discipline? Ability to do without discipline is not a skill at all. You just have an ability to do something. But to turn an ability into skill, it takes discipline to do that. Leaders absolutely can be bred to be that way. But you have to see influence inside of yourself. You have to see influence inside of yourself to want to see yourself different or in that vein or in that lane. Important. So you talk about, hey, we got to get this leadership development, this training into my facility. Depending on how much you believe in it will determine the lengths and the obstacles you're willing to jump through to get it done. That's how I know you have buy-in. I know. He said, Dr. J, what? Listen, historically, organizations that support leadership development, invest in leadership development for their team, with executive leaders on average, stay 3 to 4 years at a facility. When you invest into executive leadership and make that a part of your plan, the average leader stays 5 to 8 years. That's almost double the time because of leadership development. Facilities see 30 to even 60% decrease in attrition and an increase in retention when there's a structured development plan. Is it? So even for an example like that, if I'm saying, man, I need leadership development and I need my organization to support us getting training and us doing it, guess what? Now that takes you to going to go get the data you need to support your claim. Now, let me ask you all a question. If you 1000% believe in something, is there a chance in HE double hockey sticks that you're going to allow anyone to deter what you believe in? Some of you debate over your favorite artist and your favorite movie and your favorite restaurant a lot more than you're willing to debate about what you need to grow as in your organization. You would debate someone down with unmitigated gall about things that don't matter. But when it comes to things that absolutely matters to your career and to your organization, where's that persuasion? Somebody says, man, I'm not going to that restaurant. I heard it was bad. You're like, no, it was absolutely good. You should go. No, I don't want to go. No, you should go. I'm telling you, it's going to listen. I'm telling you will stay on the phone 3 hours and say, hey, listen, next time you're in town, you're going with me. It is good. Because when you really believe in something and you've experienced it for yourself, there is nothing on God's green earth that will stop you from ensuring that you get heard and something gets done. Organizations that have clear talent development programs see 80 to 85% increase in performance and commitment to the job. Facts. So as I am understanding the audience, okay, cost saving. Somebody focus on cost saving. Guess what I'm going to talk about, y'all? When you invest in leadership development, you actually are going to eliminate a lot of costs. Let me tell you why. Because when people really start understanding how budgets are created and how raises are given, and they realize it has a lot to do with how efficient the department is ran, all of your leaders that participate are going to say, wait a minute, we get more money the better we run this department. Do you think anybody is going to allow anybody to just order instruments and lose instruments when they know that their raises are tied to how well the department is run? The answer is no. So if I'm talking to a leader that focuses on cost savings, I'm saying the reason why there's no cost savings is that every time we have to fire and hire a new person, it costs $50,000 on average throughout the industry. Why? Because guess what? You hire somebody to do the job. Cool. They leave in 6 months. Guess what also left? The money that you paid them during that time, the experience and the history they have in your facility, the orientation, the training time, the development time, that all goes by the wayside. Those are all cost variants. Then when they leave, guess what happens? Now you have to fill the plug of the hole of the department. You got to fill the plug in the hole in the department. Now everyone's overworking. Now you have to pay OT. Now OT is 50, 40, 50, whatever dollars an hour. Now you're spending more money for the same position to get everyone to help. But if we develop and create a development program that increases people's understanding of the positions that they're in, what they're growing to. We have a talent development program within the system